Welcome to Jake's Bait and Tackle. We are located off of Interstate 81 in Winchester, Virginia. We are 4,000 square feet of all things fishing, the things you need for the Northern Shenandoah Valley and all points beyond. Whether it's that custom bait maker you love or the hard to find bait, we do our best to find the products that you want. Let's find out what we're talking about today. Whether it be tips, tricks, or just a good old plain story, come into Jake's Bait and Tackle where tales are told and bait is sold.
Oh, I'm supposed to be one of them.
I want you to tell me about your money crawl that you've been going crazy about.
Okay.
You've been bugging me about.
All right,
go.
so the Yum money crawls,
He says they're money, like that pun.
they are money. So what I'm doing with it is,
right now.
originally I had purchased this and I was going to use it like a crawdad on the bottom, jigging it on the bottom. But what I actually found out was, in the process of doing it, was when I was reeling them in, I was getting bit when it was coming through the water, basically swimming it. So now I'm actually using it more almost like a spinnerbait. I'm throwing it out and reeling it in slow where it comes, and I'm rigging it sideways, as you can see. I'm rigging it sideways where the claws are flapping in the water as it's coming through there, and it seems to work really well, and I'm getting bit on that really good. The nice thing is, once, and it's the way how long it is, once it'll tear a little bit up here, you can actually cut that piece off and re-rig it and keep moving it down, and then once you get it to where you can't do that anymore, you're left with this part. As long as the bass don't rip your claws off, this piece here still makes a great trailer for a jig or a chatterbait.
Tom is all about getting the most out of his bait.
The most money out of my money crawl as I can get. I'm telling you.
Oh, Mike's going to buy one. Go, Mike. Let me go show you where they're at.
I'm the one that started that.
Carl's trying to fix a turkey call. I might be able to get somebody to fix it for you. His turkey call, or he just needs to buy a new Perfection.
He might just need a
But
new
yeah, I mainly fish pigeon down all winter long.
Really?
Yep. And when I say winter, that's December on.
What do you think about all that hydrilla?
I think they need to leave it alone.
I think so too.
They will not leave it alone.
Somebody was telling me back in the 80s that it was worse than what it is today, and people were complaining about it more than ever.
Okay, first time I fished Lake Anna was in 1985 in March. I went down and fished 3 days. I think I caught 2 little bass.
That's how long I've been fishing.
Sturgeon Creek had a gallon bucket, plastic gallon bucket, and the whole rim of it. It's the first time I ever seen willow blade spinnerbait. Really? They were just hitting the market up here, and they all had big blades on them, like number 6, number 9. 6 to 9 big willow blades.
What is this, like 3/4 1 ounce spinnerbaits?
Yep, and half ounce too, and they were pounding big bass with it. Really? Yeah, that's the first time I'd ever seen that. And then I didn't mess with the Anna very much at all. And then, I got into fishing Fountainhead more and more and more because I grew up fishing Bull Run, Cedar Run, all the headwaters, and then finally into it. And in '92, I caught a 911 out of there.
Oh my God!
In a tournament, I won $419, I think it was, with it. But anyway, that opened up a lot of doors. There was a guy I knew, Steve Gibson, and his other partner, Steve. I can't remember his last name. They had Old Dominion Rod and Gun in a little strip mall there in Manassas.
Okay.
Yep.
I was going to say, because there was one here in Winchester for the longest time, too, Old Dominion.
And it was as good as here. Not quite, but it was good.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And this is home to me now. Because they were only in business about 3 years after they split apart. But anyway, Steve Gibson, I brought the fish in, and the other guy, Steve, I can't remember his last name now. He actually took a picture of it. and that was before I put it in the freezer. If I had it all overdue with now, I would have released the bass. I would have never kept it. Because the skin mount is long since gone. It got tore up. So, but anyway, I got to meet Steve Gibson. He cut his teeth fishing Lake Anna.
Yeah.
So I caught that thing, and then that fall, he called me up. No, I walked into the store, and he said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "I think I may be doing something with you." He goes, "Let's go to Lake Anna." And this was right after Thanksgiving. We went down and launched, and he told me. He said that Campbell Eddington and his wife had called him and told him, said, "You need to get down here." Said every morning right at daylight, the stripers are pushing the shad at the wake buoys all the way to the back of the creek.
It's amazing when you watch them how far they'll go and everything.
We thought we were going down and encounter stripers. They were right. It happened. They weren't stripers. They were 3 to 9 pound largemouth.
And this
And
was...
I never got a citation, but this was in '92, fall of '92. From the week after Thanksgiving all the way into, well, I quit going for whatever reason in January. Tail end of January, about the tail end of January, Pedro caught a 9.3.
Best day of fishing I've ever had on Anna, November 11th.
You know
I'll never
what they
forget.
would tear them up on back then? They did real good, and that's what Pedro caught his on, a rattling rogue. A regular floating rattling rogue.
Really?
They were just jerking them things. But
Twitch.
back then, the hydrilla choked the creeks. From right past the buoys, all the way back, there was only just a little bit of water open. The rest of it was matted hydrilla everywhere. Sturgeons, dukes, all of them.
All of them.
All of them down that side of the lake was like that. And we would...
And that's one of his favorite creeks right there is Duke's. He's always told me because
Yeah.
I wanted to explore new stuff and he's
Oh, yeah.
Go down to Duke's. It's really good.
Well,
You know?
we were in... Were we in Levy or in Dukes? I think we were in Levy when Tommy lost that. He lost a 4.5 pounder in the big bass tournament this year. And it was one of the ones where they weigh 7 times every hour. And you have an overall big fish
the big
wins
bass
everything,
bash. Yep.
right? And then you have big bass every hour.
Yes.
The second weigh-in was like 3.9. This bass was every bit of 4.5 pounds. He never seen it. I did. He hooked it, and he was messing with his reel, and it jumped, and it broke his line when it jumped
Wow.
and shook. We don't know what happened there. We don't know.
So, in your opinion, why did a lot of people call it the Dead Sea for quite some
They're
time?
not efficient.
And that's what I've talked to a few local people and they said it was never dead. They just didn't know how to catch it.
Well, you know, we used to go every year, and he was in on it. We used to go to this little reservoir that everybody hates now called Philpott Reservoir. Walleye, largemouth, and smallmouth. We
all in there.
So they were calling for really, really bad weather one spring. We'd go in April and then we'd go in October. We were down there in April and they were calling for really nasty weather the one day. So they had their big regional bass tournament planned for Smith Mountain. They swapped it to Philpott. And it was dangerous that day. And there was a boat, the wind capsized a big boat out on Smith Mountain that day.
Wow.
And people died. Yeah. But anyway, they were there, and early in the morning it was overcast, calm as could be, calm before the storm. And you know, that blew out high bluebird skies, and then it really got crazy. But that morning we were tearing them up. Top water, we were throwing tubes, grubs, all kinds of stuff. And all these guys launched, they'd come up and they would see us catching fish, and they'd ease up on us and
just
ask, "What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?" And we showed them, you know, it's just green pumpkin pepper. Gets it, or tubes, and salty grubs, kaolin grubs, Yamamoto grubs.
Grubs.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
On jig heads. Tore them up.
So go
Man.
simple.
We should have went to the weigh-in. We never did.
You,
But I remember that morning, I pulled up on a long running point and I launched this big old there spook. I think it was Blue Shore Mena color. And I started working that thing, and the next thing you know, it was just like a big dark cloud came up. And they just started knocking the Zara
going at
spook
it.
crazy. And it was like 6 3-pound smallmouth pounding that thing, and then you'd hook up.
the
And I
amount of
sat there
air
and
they
caught
get
like
is
3 or
incredible.
4 of them. Yeah.
The amount of air.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen them on the Shenandoah below 66. I mean, they'll just come flying up, and if,
Right.
if you don't have the right rod or too much slack, they'll spit it for sure, no matter
Oh,
how
yeah.
good you have them hooked.
Yep.
You know, they fly out of the water.
But
What's your,
then, you
what's
know,
your favorite time to fish amber? Favorite month? November.
November. And I'll tell you why. I wish Glenn would have sent me them pictures. Okay. We went out Wednesday. We fished. I would have to say the best of the day was the first hour. Within an hour, I caught a 2-pounder and a pound and a half. Then later on, I missed that big one. But that was after hours and hours of not getting bit. So finally, Glenn told me from the get-go, the guy I fished with, Glenn Vico, he said he's a guide, mainly crappie. He said, I got these minnows, I want to use them all. Let's take a break and do some crappie fishing. I said, it's a good idea because I've been bugging you. I want to get a mess of fish.
Yeah.
Now's the time. So we went, and about 1 o'clock, Glenn said, let's go fish my hot spot. I said, okay. And it was a sunken brush pile. And he had to get on it and mark it with the buoy and backed off. I think I caught 6 fish at the span of the time. It was an hour and 10 minutes. Exactly. I timed it. I only caught 6 crappie. We wound up with 15 crappie. I gotta count them. I'm pretty sure it was 15 crappie, and the biggest one was just under citation. It was
It's
14 3/4.
Amazing.
I caught the next biggest one. It was 13 and a half. But anyway, I wound up with all these big beefsteak crappie. We took pictures. We put them on the phone, took pictures, but he never sent it to me.
It amazes me how big they get down there.
An hour and 10 minutes he filled the live well
Wow.
up. He's a machine,
Yeah.
and it was all on live minnows. And they were, on the first spot, we stopped 8 feet deep. Then the next spot, they were 15 feet deep. And that's where he got the biggest one.
It amazes me just how big they get. I mean,
Yeah.
we would catch them on jerkbaits in March,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Oh, we
and
catch,
they get massive,
we
just
catch
gorgeous.
monster crappie
Yeah.
every year on silver buddies fishing for
Silver
stripers.
buddies, yes.
Fishing for stripers.
Yes.
You'll be slinging that stripers breaking, and next thing you hook up and you think, oh, I got me a small one. Or a little, that's not a little hybrid because they fight like smallmouth.
Yeah.
But anyway, get it up and it would be almost a citation crappie.
Silver butt, man! I had a guy beat my butt on the Chickahominy on a silver buddy.
Yeah.
One time in a tournament. Oh my gosh, that's funny that you brought that up.
Yeah.
I love November there. I really do.
But like I,
truly
said, you know,
love
I mean,
November in Lake Anna.
the biggest bass I've caught out of Lake Anna, I caught in November.
I feel the fall transition there is a little bit later. And Thomas Aarons has talked about this. I think November they really fire up and they go shallow that time of year.
Oh,
They
yeah.
really do.
And we're talking public side.
Yes, yes. Hmm. Especially up lake. I've seen them push real
Well,
shallow.
they
get
shut
real
the
big.
reactor down, and I didn't realize this. Every year in September, they shut the one reactor down. It dropped the lake a good 1.5 feet.
It's
On the cold side.
Yes.
They said even more so on the hot
Yes.
side.
It does get shallow. You're right about that. Yeah,
There's a stupid
there
thing.
are. They had a great big veterans tournament, which it seems to be getting bigger and bigger every year down there. And I knew how big of a turnout it was going to be. Yeah. Oh, that's a donkey.
A donkey.
That is.
I
That's
have
a
no
hammer.
idea
That's a
what that
donkey.
weighed. I didn't weigh it. That was my maiden voyage with my new
It's got to be a bit of
new
six.
used bass boat. I bought a 2020 Express 19
Okay.
Pro.
You know what amazes me about Carl's stories? He remembers every detail.
Yes.
Like, but he probably can't remember what he had for lunch yesterday.
No. But that was on a crankbait. It was in 3 foot of water. A DD10. And no, a DD8. And it was in maybe 3 foot of water.
Yeah, they had that veterans tournament several years back, and it was massive. I knew like the 522 bridge was going to get jam packed. So a buddy of mine, we just said, let's launch up lake, just get away from the crowd. And
Glenn's fishing it.
we came out of Christopher Run, and it was so foggy. I said, I guarantee with how big it is, they probably won't delay it. We'll just kind of come out of here, maybe fish a few docks. And that was, we had 15 pounds and 3 fish that day.
That's awesome.
Before 9 a.m.
That's like
before
Anna.
not just chucking jigs, half-ounce football jigs, and that was one of the best days, the best day I can remember fishing, fish-wise, on Lake Anna. November. Love that lake in November.
I've had a number of days.
Is there a time where you don't like it?
Yeah.
A month?
Yeah. On Sunday in July.
Right now.
Sunday in
September.
July was
September's the hardest,
Yes.
all in all.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, one day you could be catching them, like Billy Deed says, off brush piles with a 3/4 ounce spinnerbait, and the next day you're getting in 2 foot of water as far as you can get up underneath the dock and catch them.
The minute you think you've
The
got it
big
figured
ones.
out.
I'm talking about big
You don't.
ones. Not just catching bass. The ones that win money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. But,
September, October has gotten my goat a few times there. It really has.
October, dock month, and the crankbait can get going
See,
real
I'm,
good
I'm,
then.
I'm November dock month. I'm dock month every month, really, to be 100% honest. I'll always wind up on a dock, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. Fishing docks has always been my weak point.
Really?
Yep. And I'm getting better and better at it. She'll tell you, she sold me 3 rods. I got another one coming.
Oh, yeah.
I bought shorter spinning rods to be able to skip. I'm crippled up now. I can't. I used to be able to skip real good with a bait caster, but I can't now.
Yeah.
My right shoulder's gone.
I love them, especially when crappies school up on them.
Oh yeah.
Like big docks.
But
bigger
that's
docks.
diabolical what Billy Deeds is doing. He was keying on the crappie have been piling up now for 3 weeks on key spots.
Yeah.
And he's keying on it.
What's
the
the
bass
water,
are there.
75 right now, I think?
Nope, 78.
Is it still?
Yep.
Oh.
I was in the Pamunkey first and then in North Anna at the end of the day, and both were bouncing around 78, 77.
Interesting. Pinecone with a tail.
Yeah.
So, to my surprise, I've sold out of all the other.
Koki shrimp.
Yes.
Shrimp.
There's the mic.
Shrimp Magnum.
Because
Yeah,
Thomas and another John Molnar got a hold of
How do you
them.
rig this thing? Just a big 5/0 hook?
No, that Max 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
116.
Max 4, and throwing it out, and it hits the water like a pine cone hitting it. It just splat. But the weird thing was, let it sink to the bottom, and just reel it, slowly dragging it across the
Drag it
bottom.
along the bottom.
And they were grabbing it, and I caught like 4 right off the bat, and Carl's like, okay, where's that? He's digging around, where's my Koki shrimp?
No kidding.
And he put one on in the very first cast, then he got bit. But we weren't, it
Matter of
was slow.
fact, he rigged my first one.
Yeah.
I got mine out, and I said, what are you using for a head? Max Forrest. You got one out here. Rig that thing for me, because look at it. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Wow.
it gets worse.
But yeah,
All on that.
strangely, I mean, it's called a shrimp. So what happened was they went to the ICAST show,
Yeah.
and everything was about the fuzzy dice. And
Everything was all
I had
dice.
seen these, and I'm like, well, I don't really want the dice. I said, I want the shrimp.
Yeah.
I want something that looks kind of like a Helgermite
Yep.
or some kind of a fuzzy bait. And I started using these, and they actually do work
Wow.
really well.
This is the name of the game, I feel like, these days. Anything that's
He started
Completely
throwing.
different looking.
Now I wasn't throwing this quite this big.
He was throwing
Really?
a different color that he had ordered, and you only brought one, didn't you?
Yeah, I only brought one just to
One
try.
bait,
Yeah.
just to try it. It was amazing how many fish they destroyed that thing, but
I was still using
It was
pieces
still-
of it.
And it was still worth-
enough there to
Wow.
give that look, the color change and look.
Yeah, what it
There was
ended
enough
up
of
looking
the-
like was a piece of a little,
It
because
was
they
weird.
ripped the tails off it. It looked
I mean,
like a little
it
piece of
didn't
a
look
pickle.
nothing like it originally did.
So what is
and he
this
was still
exactly doing
catching
on the bottom? Is it? I mean,
just-
is it?
I'm just dragging.
Now, I
it.
throw
I'm
these
reeling
on
And
it
those
in.
and none of these are moving. Nothing's
Well, no,
working
no,
at all.
I
I
throw
mean,
the
I'm
big
sure
one
it's
and the
doing
little one
stuff.
on there, and I've yet to get bit, but I'm not
Really?
giving up. I'm not giving up.
See, it has like fluke tails. See how it
Yeah.
kind of has some long, fluke-like tails, and then the rest of it is just a spiny creature.
I just didn't know, like, if it's just down there just undulating the entire time, or it's catching fish
For
apparently.
some reason, they're on it. For some reason, they're grabbing
Very
it up
nice.
and getting bit on.
Man,
that.
this is
now that
awesome.
is a little bigger than the one I'm throwing.
Wow.
I'm throwing the next size down, and then the one below that.
Okay.
So, and I'll show you the color of the ones that I ordered. So, when you order them,
Near you.
sorry, they've got one that's kind of it's a two-tone green. It's
Okay.
a green and a light green. I call it
I ordered
grasshopper.
more.
I don't know what they call it. And then they have one that's green, and then it's got a really nice, like, iridescent blue. And that one worked really well, kind of in the clearer water.
The iridescence, yeah. Those,
Yeah, it was like an
the
iridescent
smoke
blue.
almost, if you will.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
show you which one. But I ordered mine directly, but they're colors because I don't read Chinese,
Yeah,
Japanese,
yep.
whatever. I don't know what they actually call that color, but if you look up the Koki shrimps, you'll see.
I'm gonna certainly take a look at them, man. Good stuff. Appreciate it.